The Sledgehammer. When John Henry was a baby, he was not so different from anyone else. He smiled, cried, and crawled around on the floor. He giggled, burped, and threw the occasional fit. But all of that changed one day when he happened upon a sledgehammer and a pile of rocks. 4-year-old John Henry lifted the sledgehammer and brought it down with a mighty crash on a rock bigger than a horse. Nothing was left but a pile of dust. When John Henry was old enough, he took a job with the new railroad being built through the mountains. All day, he hammered steel spikes and laid heavy railroad ties. When the workers came upon a big rock, John Henry smashed it to bits so that the railroad could move on. One day, a stranger arrived with a drilling machine. He claimed that his machine could do more work than John Henry and be faster too. John Henry laughed and pointed to a wall of rock. "Let's see who can get through that," he challenged. The steam drill and John Henry got to work. Machine and man worked side by side in dust so thick that it was hard to see who was winning. But the winner was clear by the following day. John Henry, smiling, held his hammer high. He had broken through the rock wall. Next to him was the steam drill, smoking, sputtering, and finally quitting altogether in a painful, pitiful whimper. Some people say that John Henry never really left the tunnel he helped to carve out of the mountain. They say that John Henry's image is engraved on a big rock in that tunnel. Legend has it that sometimes you can even hear the sound of a pair of sledgehammers still at work. A time of great change. In the early 1800s, a shift began to take place in the world. For the next 100 years, the way people made things changed. The way people traveled changed. The way people communicated changed. This was the time of the Industrial Revolution. It was a time of great change. Before these changes, people made things with their hands. People wove cloth from wool, cotton, and silk, and sewed the cloth into clothing. The sewing machine changed that. Factories opened with sewing machines that helped people make clothing. Sewing with machines was much faster than sewing by hand. Land travel once meant by going by horse, buggy, or wagon. Thanks to the steam engine, train travel became possible. Steam drills blasted through rock as men laid track for the new trains. A steam drill could do the work of dozens of men using sledgehammers. Steam improved water travel too. Sailing ships needed wind for power. Canoes and rafts traveled downstream easily. But upstream travel was more difficult. The steam engine easily powered a riverboat upstream. Over land and water, people and goods moved across the country at record speeds. This progress also changed the way people communicated. Steamboats and trains moved mail. Letters that had taken a month to arrive now took only days. The telegraph made communication even faster. The years of the Industrial Revolution changed America. People saw their lives improve in some ways, but some felt the changes were not good. That is a debate that still goes on today.